Hi everyone. So I've been using Android for past 10 years. I've started using Android from Android Eclair. I've never used iOS device before. I recently switched to iPhone 12 and I made a video about why I switched from Android to iOS. So please go check that out first. I've already reviewed this device and I talk about what I like and what I don't like about iOS. But in this video, I'm going to talk about the customization and the features I miss from Android. My use case might not be same as yours because I don't change my launchers as much. I don't change my widgets or change my icons. So this is going to be mostly about the functionality I miss about Android. So if you're one of those people who do a lot of customization on their phone, you know what you're going to miss on iOS. Even though iOS 14 has a lot of features like widgets and customizable icon, but it's still very limited. And there's also a lot of functionality missing which you should consider before purchasing an iPhone. So these features are not in any particular order. I was just writing them whenever I was missing them. So the first thing I want to talk about, which I really used on Android and I can't use in iOS, is ability to take a screenshot and read from it or just read from any image. In Samsung device, you can just select any area of an image and read the text from it. In Google app, you can just swipe up to the recent area and select any text from the screen itself. It is very convenient when you want to copy a text from image like some information from an account or a form and want to fill into another application. Another thing that I miss that you cannot pin any screenshot over the screen. In Samsung, you can just select any area and pin the application on the top of any other application, or you can just use multi-window to copy from one window to another window. I'm not usually a multi-window guy, but this feature is available in iPad OS as well, and it does come handy. So I wish it was available in iOS as well. Another thing that I miss, which is available on mostly every Android device right now, and that is always on display. See, we do not have notification LEDs anymore. And if your phone is on charge or far away from you, it's very difficult to know that you got any notification or not. Because of that, you keep checking your phone to see there is a notification or not, and you get distracted by another application. Admit it, every time you pick up your phone just to see notification and get distracted by another social media apps, which could have been easily avoided if there was an always on display feature. And there's one thing which I already talked about in previous video, and that is notification at glance. In Android, it's easier to see the notification on the status bar, which you haven't read yet, and you can easily swipe left or right just to remove that notification. In iOS, it's not as convenient or fast. So if you swipe right, it will open an application, and if you swipe left, it will ask you either to view application or clear the notification. There is very small and very important feature that I miss in iOS, that is swiping down the notification panel. In Android, you can swipe from anywhere on the screen and bring down the status panel. And if you swipe twice, you can see the quick panel as well. In iPhones, if you have a big device, it's a very awkward task. And in Android, if you have a physical fingerprint sensor, it's easier to swipe that notification panel from any application just by swiping your finger on the fingerprint sensor itself. The file management on iOS is not good at all, and there are a lot of limitations because of that. So let's suppose someone sends you a documentation on WhatsApp, you cannot find it in the files application. You have to get that from the WhatsApp chat itself. If you download any image from the browser, it's going to save in files, but you cannot see that in gallery. So you have to manually save it because a lot of application cannot select the image from the browser itself. You have to select from the gallery. And if you have a Windows laptop and using iPhone, the transferring files between iPhone and Windows is not as easy. So if you connect via lightning cable, you can just see as a simple photo storage or something like that. But otherwise you have to use iTunes to file transfer, which is kind of limited. A very small but neat feature in Android, that is on-demand auto rotate. I never turned on auto rotate on my Android because in every application, if you turn it to landscape, it will just give you a small pop-up that you can just turn that particular screen in Android. In iOS, you can't do that. So mostly every night I turn off the auto rotation on iOS so that when I'm in bed, it's easier for me to use it in landscape mode. In morning, I have to turn it back on. You can also not change the ringtone from any application. You have to go in the setting and the volume section. In Android, you can just press volume button in any application and you can change any ringtone like the media volume, ringtone volume, alarm volume or notification volume from any screen. And same goes with the camera settings. You have to go into settings to change some settings like HDR. Whenever I want to toggle it on or off, I have to go into the settings. I cannot do it from camera app itself. There's no trusted device feature, so I cannot auto unlock my phone in certain situations, especially while I'm driving. I know it can be done with Apple Watch, but I'm not going to purchase Apple Watch just because of this feature. Okay, I know I cry about this a lot, but I really miss USB-C port. My Mac has a USB-C port, my iPad has a USB-C port. I hate carrying the lightning cable. I have to purchase a separate HDMI to lightning cable port. I mean, I already have a lot of USB-C dongles, so that is just not convenient. So if I have to connect my phone to my monitor, I need to buy a separate dongle. I used to play games a lot on my monitor via my phone, but I can't do that anymore. There are a lot of things like changing the default application, conversation from notification itself, and the gestures, which are better on Android. But I already talked about that in my previous video, so I'm gonna skip that. See, I know these things are not deal breaker, and I also switched to iPhone, but you need to keep those things in mind. You also get a lot of good features from iOS like seamless switching, AirDrop, and handoff features. But in a lot of scenarios, Android is more convenient, if not as easy. So this is it, guys. Let me know if I missed anything which was really important to you, because I might have used it in past and don't use it anymore. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and comment, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. And there are going to be a lot of devices this year, and if you want to see my genuine experience, please subscribe to my channel. My name is Rohit. I'll see you in the next one. Till then.